Charged with terrorizing a couple in 2018, pleaded guilty again today in connection to arson and murder charges. Kevin Munn is one of two men charged in the case. Lester Kearney is already in prison for beating and tying up John Alford and his wife Nancy, and he ended up abducting Nancy to cash a check and then set the house on fire. She was killed in the fire. Now, this is a story WRAL Investigates has covered for years. Munn had already pleaded guilty. His plea deal was taken away after he overdosed in a jail cell and couldn't testify against Kearney. WRAL's Carly Haynes is live tonight. And Carly, Munn was sentenced for another murder as well.
That's right, and families of both of those victims were in the courtroom today. They told us they're in pain, but this is closure for them. Now, Munn got a plea deal out of this in order to have other charges dropped and to avoid the death penalty. Chains around his ankle, no noticeable reaction from Kevin Munn as a judge gave him 2 life sentences in prison. Munn pleaded guilty to 2 counts of first-degree murder.
These cases have gone on way too long. It's time for closure.
Closed 7 years after a woman was killed and her husband seriously hurt at their Lake Gaston home. Dr. Nancy Alford was kidnapped and forced to withdraw money from an ATM. Then the couple's home set on fire.
Certainly it's been a lot of effort and a lot of time has passed. I think the family particularly is relieved to have this over.
Munn is the second person to be sentenced in the Lake Gaston attack. 3 years ago, Lester Kearney received more than 10 years. Today, Munn was also sentenced for the death of Vance County businessman Thomas Ellington, found shot to death in his Vance County home in 2017.
My life and the lives of every member of the Ellington family was irreparably changed. There's a hole in our family that will never be filled.
Years after the murders of Ellington and Alford, families find what comfort they can in the end of these cases. And there's a reason the sentencing took so long, years even. There was that other suspect who Munn had to testify for, which ultimately didn't happen. There was an overdose and different attorneys. So that's why the district attorney said this took 7 years in order for today to happen. Carly Haynes, WRAL News, live in Warren County.